So I've been using a 2-monitor setup for as long as I can remember on my everyday PC. But then INNOCN offered to send over this 40-inch 21:9 ultra-wide monitor to review on the channel. I said, sure, I'll check it out. And wow, it's a huge difference using this one extra wide monitor compared to 2 separate ones. And you've got that seam right in the middle. I noticed right away the bezels on the sides and top are pretty small on here as well, so it makes it look a lot more modern than my older 24-inch Asus monitors. The resolution can go up to 3440 by 2160p, although it looks best at 3440 by 1440p, and it goes up to 144 Hz refresh rate if your graphics card has a DisplayPort connection. I tested this out on games like Rocket League just to see how it would compare to my older monitors, and yeah, everything looks great on here. It also seems like I can see more of the playing field, especially on my desktop PC where I can use the DisplayPort cable. Now obviously a lot of things are going to depend on your PC specs or whatever you're hooking up to this monitor, which is going to determine what refresh rate you get and just how good things are going to look on here. Nice thing is it also has built-in speakers. I don't feel like they're going to win any awards on how they sound, but they're plenty loud enough for my use. All the ports are located there underneath. On the right hand side, you've got 2 HDMI ports, a USB-C port, you've also got a DisplayPort connection, and then a 3.5mm audio jack. You can actually rotate the monitor left and right and up and down. So quite a bit of flexibility with the stand that's included. It's also 500 nits brightness and looks really good at multiple viewing angles. I gotta say, for a brand that's not really well known, just the overall build quality and just how the monitor looks, it's pretty impressive. Nice thing is this monitor's not real glossy, so you don't have to worry about stuff reflecting on here. And the colors on here look really nice also. It almost appears like it has a little better contrast than my older monitors as well. I was planning on using a mount for this since I usually don't use the base that comes with monitors, but once I saw how heavy the base is and the quality seems a lot better than I expected. Not to mention it just looks really nice, so I'll probably continue to use it with the base. But there are a few things to consider since this is an ultra-wide monitor. If you're going to connect things like a Chromebook or mobile devices, it will tend to give you the black bars on the sides unless you switch the input to the ultra-wide setting. But then I noticed it does sort of stretch things out a little bit, especially if you're going to be using mobile apps from the Google Play Store. Luckily, if there's a website version, it's going to look a little bit better. Good thing is there's plenty of options to view things on Chromebooks, so you have a lot of flexibility here versus using an Android tablet or iPad connected to this monitor. To me, it definitely looks best when you're using it with a PC for things like video editing, using other Adobe programs, or having multiple windows open. Of course, it looks great when gaming on my Xbox Series X. Overall, that really looks good on here, regardless of what type of gaming device you've got connected. There's also quite a few things you can adjust to get dialed in. You've got game settings to adjust, plus you can turn on refresh rate, response time. Then you have standard, sRGB mode, Adobe mode, and uniformity mode. You can also choose between widescreen, 4:3, 1:1, and auto aspect ratio. Then all of your basic monitor settings like input signal, brightness, contrast, horizontal, vertical positioning, volume, and so on. If you're thinking of switching from a dual monitor setup to an ultra wide, or you just want to upgrade from your current setup, you should definitely check this one out by INNOCN. I plan on using this one to do my everyday work, video editing, and of course gaming on here. And so far, I'm really enjoying this setup. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.